So here's my Hutch, guys. This is the wide shot of it. As you can see, I have some things on top, and I have all my herbs, and it goes down, and I have a little space underneath as well. I'd love to have a bigger Hutch. As you can see, I have many herbs, so eventually I'm going to need to get another Hutch. Okay, so this is the top shelf of my Hutch, and then as you can see, I have multiple layers of my herbs in here, and I'm going to kind of go through everything for you. I'm going to start here at the bottom. This is probably the most interesting stuff down here, so just because it's got some fun things in here. Let me see if I can, while holding the camera still. So I have a little bit of nettle. I have my mortar and pestle here. I also have these, which are throat balls, and they're wonderful. They're made with licorice, golden seal. They also have ethereal root in them, which is a ginseng powder, carob powder, and they're rolled in cocoa powder. And then I dry them and use them like you would a throat lozenge or a cough drop. But because they have golden seal in them, they're also antibiotic, which is wonderful. So anytime you get respiratory things or something like that, that's a perfect time to use them. I have my Aloe Vera Gel, which I use for my face cream. Some grapeseed oil. I said I use it for my face cream, and this is my face cream, guys. And eventually one day I'll do a video on how to make it. It's a little bit more tricky and complicated, so, but I wanted you to be able to see my face cream. So this is my face cream, and it's super creamy and rich. As you can see, it doesn't come out at all. It's got this wonderful texture to it. So I make that. It's all completely organic and natural. It's really wonderful. So moving on here, we also have my beeswax pastilles. I don't have many left. I need to order some more. I've got some tinctures going on back here. So this is sort of an example of what the tinctures look like while they're on their way. This is Echinacea Tincture that I've already strained through cheesecloth, and this is just how I store it when I don't store it in the little jars. This is actually pickled garlic. This is elephant garlic. That's why it's so big, as you can see. But it's pickled in honey and apple cider vinegar. So this is wonderful. I always keep some on hand. It takes a while, about 8 weeks to make it. But you always want to keep some on hand for people who have colds and coughs, because you want to give that to them. So you want to always have a jar going. This is my vanilla extract. It's got, if you can see, it's starting to get a really great color going on. It's wonderful. I have also back here some blueberry leaf that I picked. This is a self-healed tincture that's been in there way too long, that I need to start and strain through some cheesecloth. This is a skullcap tincture again that I need to strain. This is some Kava-Kava Tincture. I have lots of it, but I always keep some going. Kava-Kava, guys, is really, really good for when you're nervous. So if you have anxiety, you have a big test, or you have you know, some sort of oral speech that you need to give, take the Kava-Kava Tincture, and it will help calm you. It won't put you to sleep, and it won't excite you, but it will just sort of take the edge off that nervousness. Oh, I already did that one. This is my Belladonna Tincture. I obviously don't make too much. I have to strain it out pretty soon, actually. I always keep some of this on hand. So if you have questions about it, you can go ahead and ask me. But I always keep some on hand. As you can see, and as you're going to see as I go through this, I'm a working herbalist. So I don't just use my herbs for magical purposes. I actually use them in my community and with my family and friends. I'm a community herbalist, so it's really important to me to have anything that they might need. So here's some Echinacea Augusta Folia tincture that I've got going. I always have some of that going. This is already strained through deep sleep tincture that I have going here, and so it's just a jar of pure tincture. I have a little bit of shea butter here. As you can see, a lot of my stuff, as you'll see, comes from Mountain Rose Herbs. I really recommend their quality, and I really enjoy that they're so concerned about the environment. So I have some bay leaves, allspice seeds, some cardamom pods. I have a couple of fun little jars in here. They have little corks to them. However, I don't like using them. So, as I stated in another one, I prefer to use jars with lids. So, this is just rose water, but this is an example of, I like using a cap to mine because corks are porous and it will leach your tincture away over time. I have some lavender essential oil in here. I keep tea bags. These are from Mountain Rose Herbs. These are wonderful press and brew tea bags. You can fill them up and then you just use an iron, or actually use a flat iron, because you can clamp over the end of it in one shot, and it seals it right away. So it's actually kind of really useful. So that's really nice. So the next layer, guys, I have here, you'll be able to see I have about 4 layers or so, or 3 or 4 layers of different herbs here. So this is my rose hips, which is wonderful, guys. All you need to do is take your rose hips and put them about a half a cup into a whole jar of unsweetened applesauce and leave it in the refrigerator overnight, and it will rehydrate the rose hips, and it will actually make a rose hip jam, a wonderful rose hip jam. You can put on anything you want or just eat by the spoonful. Rose hips has the most vitamin C of any food in the world, and it's really important to get your vitamin C in during this cold season. If you take mass amounts of vitamin C, you'll actually reduce the duration of most of your colds and flu by a significant amount. So I have some sesame seeds in here, some roses that I use for tea, some chaparral leaf, which is really good for fungal infections and for your lip balms and salves and things, some onion powder, garlic powder, blue vervain, which is just wonderful. That's back there. Some Kava-Kava root. I have ginger root powder here. I also have cinnamon sticks here. These are cassia cinnamon. So this is not true cinnamon. This is cassia sticks. This is just to put into, mulled cider and things like that. Slippery elm bark powder, which is wonderful for throat balls. That I showed you before that were down here, the throat balls. You want to put the slippery elm bark powder in them because it's a mucilaginous herb, and what's nice about that is it really is going to help lubricate and coat the throat. Behind there I have some comfrey root powder, and I also have carob powder here. I have some actual comfrey root up here, the whole root, so that I can put it in tincture form, as well as I put comfrey into my oils. So when I make my lip balm, I actually put the comfrey root and let it infuse into the oil. That way it's a super healing lip balm. I also have ethereal root down here. Cola nut powder. This is great for Rosemary Gladstar Zoom balls. Cola nut powder is what they first started using for Coca-Cola. So it has some naturally occurring caffeine, gives you a good boost. It's wonderful, and it's wild harvested from Mountain Rose Herbs. So I also have Rosemary Leaf. This is actual cinnamon, guys. So this is cinnamon sweet powder. This is true cinnamon verum. Verum means truth or true. And this is fair trade certified, certified organic. It's wonderful, and it's super, super sweet. It's much different. If you've never had real cinnamon, which you would know if you did, because they would probably bill it as such, that they're using real cinnamon, because all the cinnamon that you get in the grocery stores and things, that's actually cassia. Just like the sticks that I showed you before, this is true cinnamon, the true sweet cinnamon. And it's much sweeter than cassia, and it's just wonderful. It smells wonderful too. I have this all so precariously placed, guys. It's gonna like come crashing down at one point. I know it is. So this is Gharana seed powder. Gharana seed powder, guys, is so good for energy. Again, it has natural caffeine in it, as well as other ingredients and components that help give you energy. So if you're making some Zoom balls, I highly recommend getting a good amount of Gharana seed powder. I had this amount plus more before I made my Zoom balls to give away this year for the holiday. This is my skull cap, lavender flower powder. Woo, lavender flower power. Yeah. Okay, so these are my elderberries, guys. I have very few elderberries left this season, so I put it in a smaller jar. Elderberry syrup, as you know, probably know, or if you don't, is wonderful for colds. It's a tonic you should really take every day. It's amazing during the cold and flu season. So I have very little left. One thing that you'll notice is I have very large quantities of my herbs, and that's because, like I said before, I'm a working herbalist. So I'm oftentimes moving my herbs into different containers, which is why, as you see, some of these labels get a little bit messed up because they get transferred from container to container. As I use up some of the supply, I then have to move down into smaller containers. But it's really important for me to have enough to be able to support what I'm doing for everybody. So here's the Dahlia root powder, which again is great for the Zoom balls. Periwinkle, alkanet root powder. Alkanet is what makes the lip balm red, guys, that I talked about in the other video. I also have licorice root, winter savory, and back there's the lemon verbena that we used in the herbal sprinkles. If we then move up, this beautiful little hummingbird is from my grandmother. Blessed be Gram, miss you. Self-Heal lemon balm, which is amazing for teas and things. Up above it, I know it's sort of hiding, is my golden seal tincture. I need to make some more of it. Use it quite a bit. It's a natural antibiotic. Here I have my sage, stevia leaf, and parsley leaf. Behind it, I have valerian root powder, my hops flower, and star anise is back there. And then hiding up here, way up there, I have, if I can get it out without dropping everything, why did it, is my bee pollen. Bee pollen is wonderful medicinally, so it's really something, if you're interested in it, message me and maybe I'll do a video on bee pollen alone, but it's wonderful. Okay, so now I have some of my little tinctures here, and my happy Buddha, guys. I love happy Buddhas. I'm obsessed with happy Buddhas, so I have them everywhere. I love them. So I have some Echinacea Tincture, some Deep Sleep Tincture, a little saffron, some Kava-Kava Tincture. So I have more periwinkle in here. I just need another bottle. And some more Echinacea. I have a gazillion of them. And then in the jar back there, guys, that's where I keep my golden seal. Golden seal, if you've tried to buy herbs, or if you know, is very expensive. So I buy it in small quantities. So I go ahead and keep it in this really pretty jar back there. So guys, that is my herb hutch. I'm glad that you're watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really love you all. And I'll be doing a couple more herbal type stuff. Sorry, this update got so long. I had to find a camera to be able to do this because I normally record on my computer, my iMac, and in order to do my herb hutch, I needed to have a camera, so I had to borrow one. So I'm going to also be uploading a cool bonfire video, so look for that as well. And keep leaving messages. I am working on a video about my Book of Shadows and the scrapbooking technique that I do. So keep that in mind. And I hope that you all have a wonderful day, and blessed be.